Have you ever been on a date and you thought to yourself, how do I escalate right now? Well, today we're going to be sharing exactly how to do that. Hey bro, we've got one of my colleagues here with me today to share with you some critical aspects of escalation. Carrie, thanks for coming on the channel today.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you what the best strategy is to escalate on a date.
Well, from a woman's perspective, I would say that touch is vital. Something you've got to incorporate quite early on, actually. And then I think this is one of the things that guys forget to do or don't know when to do. So there are stages in touch. Yeah. We're going to start with non-sexual light touching. And this is going to start right from the beginning. This is going to start from when you first greet the beautiful woman you're on the date with, where you're going to just gently touch her back as she arrives, just touch her hand.
Would you go for the, like the kiss on the cheek? Or?
Kiss on the cheek, maybe a little hug. Just work out how you're going to touch her.
Yeah.
Be confident. Bring that masculinity to the table. Don't be afraid. Bring it in and just gently start with that light touch. Yeah. Use your hands as you're talking so that it doesn't seem so strange to reach out and just touch it as we're talking.
Yeah.
Make it very, very organic and not forced or unnatural at all. So she's already feeling comfortable just with that light touch.
And what about the seating position? Because right now it's easy, if I just want to emphasize a point and touch you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whereas, like the restaurant where you're sitting opposite,
no, we're back
you can't
that.
reach out and be like
really awkward. You don't want that interview thing. You don't want that. You've got to make that move to actually decide that before it happens. So you want to have that cozy corner. Make sure you're close to her. Absolutely, make it happen. Go to the place the day before or a few minutes before or whatever. But just make sure you've found a little place that is going to be conducive to this touch.
Yeah.
So vital. This is going to really demonstrate how this date is going to escalate. Yeah. And secondly, I would say you'll organically move into the second stage of touch, which is slightly heavier, heavier but still non-sexual. So you're going to linger a bit more. So you may be validating something that you find really interesting, and you might just hold it for a little bit longer. You're looking and you've got eye contact and touch. You might hold her back of her arm. You might hold the back of her back as you're sort of, it's not sexual, but you're just holding it a little bit longer. And if she's letting you do that, you're reading her body signals and you're knowing that she's happy with that. If she's not, you pull back to step one again.
Yeah.
Very important. Don't apologise, but just recognise the body signals that she's giving you and don't push it. Just wait and see how it's going. So it's a very progressive thing touch. You can't push it.
Yeah.
So it's vital. So we'll go on to the step 3. Yeah. And this is really where the escalation happens, because starting to be a little bit more playful and noticing that she's leaning in a little bit more, she's giggling, she's enjoying your company. You can stroke the back of her back. You can find yourself touching her hand, holding her hand a little bit longer, maybe stroking her hand, looking in her eyes. You're giving off a much more sexual energy to your touch.
Yeah.
Alongside all the other elements of the conversation. And this is escalation for me.
Yeah, because a lot of guys think like touching a hand, they're like, oh, like that's not even that good, right? But actually what I found is on dates, just the hand is it's amazing, because when you touch someone, it's that oxytocin.
Yeah, good, feel good.
Yeah, that feel good hormone that's produced. So even with the hand, if you're touching a girl's hand, that will still have the same effect. So
there's a little bit of electricity, isn't it? They're feeling that you're feeling that presence of somebody far more, as you say, if you're sitting behind a table looking at each other, you feel them.
And sometimes guys, because they see it as a little bit of a risk to escalate, because for us men, we might have a bit of anxiety, like, oh, I need to escalate now, so
and then dive in too quick. But if you follow the steps and you do it gradually, you don't go from 0 to hero. It doesn't work, and you don't feel comfortable doing it, and she doesn't feel comfortable doing it. But it, as you can see, it's almost, I'm not even noticing this is happening, I'm just feeling more and more comfortable with you. That's the feeling you want to give to a woman.
And would you suggest to have an excuse for the touch. Like, for example, if I check your jewelry or say, oh, that's a really nice watch.
Absolutely. It's a lovely,
well, that's a nice
tool.
bracelet.
Yeah.
And then I get the touch.
Exactly. It's a really good thing. Spot what she's wearing, spot her accessories. We tend to have necklaces, earrings, you know, there's a nice chance to stroke her hair. You know, you have to look at her earrings.
Yeah.
Where are these bracelets from? The beautiful colour, it suits you. And lean in and touch.
Yeah.
It's very easy to incorporate that into conversation. And at the same time, unknowingly, she's warming to you physically as well as mentally.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask you is, what shouldn't the guys do on the date, and, you know, save it for the bedroom? Because obviously, you know, I've heard stories of, like, guy goes all out like a horny teenager and just kissing her like for 20 minutes non-stop.
Yeah, in a public place.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. I mean, everybody's different, you know, different things suit different people. But generally, women don't want to be in public place necessarily.
Yeah.
It's actually very masculine to actually set a bit of a boundary. I'd like to kiss you, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You know, I don't kiss on a first date. You know, with a bit of a wink.
Yeah.
put her into a position where she thinks I want you to kiss me. Leave it a little bit. It's strong. Yeah.
But it's okay to go for the kiss, just like a quick one, not like a snog for 20 minutes.
Absolutely, of course it is, absolutely. But maybe engineer the situation again, move it to somewhere more private. Yeah. Think about maybe even moving on from the venue you're in. If it's going well, relocate to something a little bit different. Really use your body signals that you're getting. And if you're walking, you've got an opportunity to take her arm, an opportunity to put your arm around her. Moving to a different location can often bring a different energy to the next part. Yeah. The kiss is, for some people, inevitable and wonderful, but not for everybody. Yeah. And the first
you don't have to get the kiss, right? I think guys put way too much emphasis on the kiss. Yeah. And, you know, this is well spoken about. It's like, oh no, you need to get the kiss, otherwise she thinks you're in the friend zone or whatever. No. Right? But
leave her wanting more is a very exciting place to be. And if you've had a really successful date and you've left, and you kind of teased her a little bit and she's wanting more and maybe not give it to her, then she'll want to see you again. So it's really individual, this bit, but play it carefully. Yeah. Don't dive in, that's what I would say.
And just to finish off, so what is the best way to go for the kiss? Because in the Hollywood movies, of course, they go for the kiss right at the end when you're about to say goodbye. But we know that's not the best way to do it.
No, exactly. Yeah. Well, again, the best thing to do is to read signals. I keep saying that again and again, but lean in, see how she's responding, see if she's coming towards you. If you're going to kiss her gently. Don't go diving in, you know, like a dog licking a bowl.
So it's like the triangular gaze. Is that good? When you look in the left eye, right eye, lips.
Absolutely.
And then if she gives you positive signs, maybe you go in a little bit and she's comfortable. Yeah. Then go in more.
You
come back
get
just to test the water a little
bit. Looking at her lips. Yeah. Knowing that, giving that intention. Always showing your intention in these different body signals that you can give, and we know what you're trying to do.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Carrie.
It's been a pleasure.
If you guys want to follow Carrie, go to the description now, and I'll catch you in the next video.